Hi Andrew, my name's Rachel. I'm going to be your occupational therapist today. Today we're going to be doing the Coleman Evaluation Living Skills, also known as the KELS Assessment. We're just going to get a basic understanding of how you would handle a few different scenarios, okay?
Okay.
So for this, I'll be doing a mixture of interview-based questions, and we'll probably do some activities associated with it too. If at any time you see me just writing down, I'm just going to be writing down some notes and the scoring for this evaluation, okay?
Okay.
I know you've been with us for about a week since your accident where you had the traumatic brain injury, and we are just going to get started if that's okay with you.
Yep.
All right, so first we're going to be looking at your self-care. How often do you bathe or take a shower?
Every day in the morning.
Okay. And how often do you wash your face?
Every time I bathe, so once a day.
Okay. And how often do you wash your hair?
Same. Every time I bathe, so once a day.
Okay. And how often do you comb or brush your hair?
I don't. I usually put product in it, so I don't need to.
Okay. And how often do you brush your teeth?
Once in the morning, once in the evening.
Okay. Alright, so next we're just gonna go over some safety and health. What would you do for yourself if you got sick with a cold?
I would probably stay home and maybe take some medicine.
Okay, and what would you do if you burned yourself and the wound became infected?
I'd probably wash it out and maybe put a Band-Aid on it.
Okay, what would you do if you suddenly started having severe chest pains and shortness of breath?
I would probably just wait for it to subside.
Okay. If your house caught on fire, what telephone number would you call for help?
911.
Okay. So next we're going to be going over money management scenarios. I'm going to give you $2 and you're going to buy this deck of cards for me, okay? The deck of cards costs $1.58, including tax. You give me the $2 and I give you the deck of cards and this amount of change. All right. Is that the right amount of change?
No.
What would the right amount be?
32 cents.
Okay. So now I'm going to give you $1 and you're going to buy this bar of soap. This bar of soap costs 23 cents, including tax. You give me the dollar and I give you the bar of soap in the amount of change. Is that the right amount of change?
No.
Okay. What would the right amount be?
38 cents.
Okay. Thank you. So now we'll look at community mobility in the public transit system. Is public transportation such as buses, subways, or light rail available where you live?
Yes.
If you needed to take a bus, subway, rail, or other public transportation, how would you know what time and which location to use?
I would check the public transportation schedule that's available.
Okay. And now we're going to take a look at your leisure activity involvement. What do you do in your leisure or free time?
I like to play music, watch TV, and go for walks outside.
Okay. Do you do any activities with other people?
I like to play basketball sometimes with my friends.
Okay. And when was the last time you played basketball with your friends?
It was probably 2 weeks before the accident.
Okay. And when was the last time you watched TV?
About the day before the accident.
Okay. And when was the last time you went on a walk?
The same day, the day before the accident.
All right. And what about play music?
Probably 2 or 3 days before the accident.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for doing this with me. Now, the CODA, Rebecca, she's actually going to go just do a walk with you around the unit, and I'm going to just finish going over the assessment.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for seeing me today.
You're welcome.
All right. So now for the evaluation for the KELS. Our patient Andrew, for self-care, he was graded as independent. The frequency of self-care is equal or greater than the minimum of standards, which he stated in the interview portion. Next, for safety and health, he was rated as needs assistance. 2 answers were not given as stated in the handbook, so that would make him a needs assistance for that category. For money management, use of money, the client completed 2 of the tasks incorrectly by not being able to understand what was the right amount of change, so he was recorded as needs assistance for that as well. For mobility within the community, the patient met the independent standards for that, so that's how he was marked as independent. And for leisure activity involvement, he was also marked as independent for meeting the standards as stated in the handbook for that by being able to list all 3 leisure activities, one that was completed with another individual and done within the past month. So because of this, looking at our scoring sheets and from building rapport with the patient, I was able to understand that he actually currently lives with his mother, father, and 2 other brothers. So he is living living with his extended family right now. From my clinical judgment, I would rate him as being okay to continue following living in that situation, but he will need assistance for monitoring for safety, because in the safety and health category, he did not know how to actually respond to potentially dangerous situations, so he would need further assistance with that. So that was my example for the KELS assessment.